We're going to help them become more of a influencer with thought leadership. Do they say that they are nervous to talk to people? Well, why don't we talk about how we're not going to post a lot? We're going to do prospecting, targeting, message templates. We're going to write out, done with you what we're going to say beforehand. So it's all pre-approved. Do you see how, like, if I just went through a list of all the things that I could possibly do that are things that we would do, some of those are going to resonate and some of those might scare them away, or at least in their heart, depending on who they are, the introverted or the extroverted. What is it that they're looking for? Do they want to get on calls with people? Do they not want to get on calls with people? Do they want their lead source to their sales reps? Whatever that is, you have to understand the situation, the problem, the implications. You have to understand the full person to be able to position, well, let me, now that I have permission to share, let me position what we can do for you in a way that's going to make you excited to move forward. Even if in my heart, I know that maybe in time I can get you out of your comfort zone, then maybe you should take calls. Maybe you should do more thought leadership. But if you're saying that you're an introverted person and you're nervous about how you're coming across in this sales cycle, let me not play that up. Let me make you feel comfortable by saying everything is done with you. Talk about all the experience that I have doing this, how we're going to run everything for you, how I'm going to insert myself on the team. We're going to work with your, like, whoever it is, your brand rep, your salesperson. Like, we're going to have like a bi-weekly meeting. Maybe make a joke that maybe in time I can get you posting a little bit more to get you a little bit more exposure. Maybe we'll source those leads differently. What I learned is the way to close deals on LinkedIn is getting good at that. It's using your language and words precisely based off of the individual, by listening to what they said that they want, and then playing up certain features and down certain features, because at the end of the day, you're just it's the art of the progression. We're trying to close a deal here. So I don't want you walking away thinking anything other than he gets me. And that's my goal, because now all of a sudden you're excited to move forward. And then over time, as we build a relationship, maybe I can get you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but I'm not going to try to do that in day one, because that's not my intent of the micro conversion. I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. I'm trying to make you super comfortable about wanting to progress. And I actually learned that the hard way, because I used to promote all the features because I thought that if I showed more, it made me look better. But I actually realized by not closing deals that I was showing more and I was kind of overwhelming people, versus, being specific about what I'm showing and, thinking more about the story in a personalized way that helps them understand the needs payoff. So it's like, well, the needs payoff is based off of what you see the needs payoff to be. And then maybe in time, I can think about some other things that we could do, maybe you're not thinking about right now, that would also help with lead generation more broadly, repurposing content, things like that, working with your team to amplify their accounts, trainings in certain ways, creating groups. Like, there's things that we could do tactically that would help you solve your problem, but we don't need to get into that right now. So I'm going to purposely not talk about that and just focus on what I think you want to hear in this moment to kind of progress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Make it relevant, make it tailored to the person. And some people are just in a mood. They're just in a
Yeah.
particular mood. They had a bad day or they had a really good day. And sometimes they'll even come on and they'll commit to doing more than they actually will do because they're feeling good. Right? Maybe they had a drink before they came on the call. They're feeling like they can take on the world, but then tomorrow they're like, I can't believe I committed to doing that. I'm scared. Right? Strike a balance. Strike a balance, and even if you commit to something, and your client or your prospect commits to something, letting them know that it's okay if they change their mind, I think gives a sense of security, so they don't feel like they just locked into some deal with the devil, right? They feel like they sold their soul, right? And there's no way to change it, so let me ghost, because you don't
Yeah.
want them to ghost you because they overextended themselves on a commitment. So I even like to add, hey, if you change your mind, hey, just let me know if there's anything you want to add or anything you want to comment on or any questions. Hey, send it over. It's no hard feelings, no big deal. I wanna cater to you and your needs. Using
Yeah.
language that reinforces empathy, I think helps. I think that's the third most important thing to bear in mind. There's active listening, there is asking probing questions, and then I think there's empathy. Empathy is like actually caring about your prospect and not just trying to like close a deal. Like people can
Yeah.
tell when you don't really care,
Yeah.
right? Because you don't do the previous two things right. You don't listen and you don't ask questions about like how they're feeling. Because even though people may be logical, logical with air quotes, or try to be logical, they're still primarily emotional creatures. We all are. And if you don't take into consideration the emotions behind what people say or how they say it, you're gonna be blindsided so quickly, like a thief in the night. You're like you'll lose that deal quicker than you can, say, pay. So empathy is so important.
Yeah.
Showing genuine care and an understanding for your prospect. If they say, hey, they're having a tough day, maybe ask them about their day, like, what's happening, or at the end of the call, ask them, hey, what are you gonna do next? Like, how are you gonna spend the rest of your day? Like, you got kids, family. Like, how do you let your hair down? Let's put work aside just for a minute or two. Tell me about you. I think that helps to pull everything together nicely
Yeah.
when there's empathy.
I mean, that goes back to I like really understanding the implication of what you're
Mhm.
working on together. I think that that's really important.